Hey, welcome back to Goodwood. We're on part 2 of the outdoor bench build video. Let's get into it. Now look, I've studied furniture for the last year and a half, 2 years, and the best furniture makers study grain. They plan the grain. Look at that leg, how good it looks. Look at the grain pattern on it. It makes sense. They all make sense. So that's what I was focusing in on this project. How the grain works together. So later in this video, I'll show you the finished bench in person, and we'll talk about how I use the grain to my advantage. Built this wedge on the angle of the legs. So this is 90 degrees here. Set that flat. This is the angle of the legs. Well, you can also use this to cut your angled tenons on the table saw. That's what I'm going to do. Here we go, table saw tenons coming right up. And shaping the shoulders for the same tenons, they're angled. And a little handwork that I love. Watch me shape down to the line here. This is what it's all about for me. I could have cut that on a bandsaw, and I think I do, because it's a lot of work by hand, but that's the real deal right there. That's how they did it back when Chip and Dale was building amazing things. And all the best furniture makers today still use that joint. Mortise and tenon is a pivotal joint. Let's see, there's the bandsaw cut. Now I got a tenon. Now I'm making the mortises to fit the tenons. God bless a drill, because they make cutting mortises a lot easier, especially white oak. That's a very hard wood. It's dense, it's stringy, it's easy to bust up and screw up and really take a chunk out, but I took my time, I did it right. This is me unpacking some ash I bought, looking for the best grain for the stretchers on this table. And that's what I'm going to build here, cutting it to length. I need the long piece there. Now I'm shaping the stretcher, the lower stretcher, on the bandsaw. Now I'm shaping the curve. That's a rasp. Very useful tool when you shape a lot of pieces. It's like a giant file that quickly removes wood. I don't know what the hell I'm making here. Probably, yeah, the top, I don't know, you call that a stretcher. The top's short stretcher. And it's angled too. Everything's angled. And thankfully, on this bench, it's only angled one way. Those legs don't splay out left to right. They splay out forward and back if you're looking at the bench like a normal human would. Shaping up the tenons for the top stretchers. See, I'm learning as I go here, explaining this. Fitting the top stretcher. Oh, look at that fit. And I can't even get it apart. I have to clamp it and pound it apart. Great sound. More shaping. I'm going to cut that, I think, on the bandsaw. That curve. And that just adds a little bit of flavor. It throws some flavor into the soup I'm cooking here. No animals were harmed during the making of this film. And I know this gets a little freaky fast here, like you're on crystal meth, but I sped it all up because, like I said, I had 6 hours of footage. And at one time, this was an hour-long video at one time. I worked hard on this bench, and I did it in 2 weeks. I'm getting faster. I'm getting better. Watching these YouTube, you're going to see me evolve into an awesome furniture maker. But that was the undercarriage, that shot you just saw. Here I'm making a tenon, not with the table saw, but with the router. And see that little nib I left on the back there, on the edge of that board? That supports the router. Using a handsaw to shape the tenon again, and a rasp. Now these are grooves for the little blocks. We'll call them attachment blocks. Now I'm putting a chamfer on the stretcher. This is so fast, I'm jumping around. I'm sorry, people. You shouldn't need to take Ritalin to watch my videos, but you may need to. This is tung oil, turpentine finish, which I explain with no words here. I don't know why I'm talking. Mixing it up. and laying it on with a smile. And here I'm getting excited. Look how good that looks, how those two woods complement each other. Got the quarter sawn oak and the ash. Here I'm making the blocks, the support blocks that'll help hold the tape, that'll go into those grooves on that top tenon, top stretcher. Bandsaw them, clean them up, fit them up, make sure they fit into those grooves. That will also allow the table, the bench top to move. You'll see like that. See how I'm sticking them in there? They're going to be screwed up into the bench top. Now I'm pre-finishing stuff so that I don't have to do it on that bench when it's all put together. It'd be very hard. Now I don't finish the tenons. The tenons get glued, so I don't want to put oil on them. The glue wouldn't stick. So here we go, putting it together really quickly. Bam. Oh, that's money. See the undercarriage there? Everything about this bench will allow that bench top to expand, which is what it's going to do. It's going to expand and contract as the seasons change outside. It's in a hostile environment. Putting the pin in the final tenon right here. Oh, it's so satisfying. See how those slots allow the bench top to move when it grows and shrinks? Here's what I was talking about. These are the stretchers. One side is pinned straight down with the screw into the bench top. The other side is pinned through that little dovetail key in there in the slot. So this top, which that little dovetail key can shrink, can contract when it gets too dry out in the winter and expand in the summer. And that'll give it the ability to do that without warping anything, without screwing anything up, which has happened to me on previous pieces before I learned these lessons the hard way. And same with these. Look, they're pinned to the bench top. Okay, these little holders, these are what hold the undercarriage to this stretcher here in the bench top. They're pinned down into the bench top, and that slot is elongated so that this can grow and shrink as much as it wants. Nothing else is pinned. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 screws holding this heavy undercarriage to the heavy bench top, and I love it. See, this side is flat. There's no recess there. This is all flat reference, and every piece of this was shaped. And let's check out the wood grain. Look, the legs match. Boom. I got a growth ring right there in the center. Looks good. This side, it's from a flat cut board. I got the rings right in the center. If this was off over here, it would look weird. Same with the long ash stretchers. They got straight grain in them. If it was all swirly, it might look weird. All right, and the tenons, straight grain, straight grain, straight grain, straight grain. These are quarter sawn, straight grain, straight grain. And of course, the top. We have quarter sawn white oak, which is known for its long straight grain, and flat sawn ash in the center, which is keyed into it, tongue and groove. Overall, I think that makes for a successful piece of furniture. Thanks for watching, buddy. See you next time. And hey, make sure you hit subscribe to catch my next project, which involves thick slabs of beef and thin sticks of maple. It's a woodworking project. Simple. I think you'll like it. Gonna be a quick one. And before you go, make sure you like this. What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Hit like, help me out. Help a brother out, man. Come on.